This is the second lesson of the series of lessons we are doing on Edexcel English Literature. The poem that we are studying today is Prayer Before Birth by Louis MacNeice. And Louis MacNeice is an Irish writer, and this poem was written during the Second World War. The speaker of the poem is a child who is not yet born, and he prays for further guidance, and he needs protection from the horrors of the modern world. The speaker's final request is that if his prayer is not listened to or if it is not answered, it's better not to be born at all. Therefore, we can say the poem is the condemnation of the state the humanity has fallen into in the modern world. And we can go to the first stanza now. We got only 3 lines. That the structure of the poem we are discussing in our second video on the same poem. So I'm not yet born. Hear me. Let not the blood-sucking bat or the rat or the stoat or the club-footed ghoul come near me. You see, the wonderfully crafted that we'll be discussing in our next video. So let's try to understand the meaning of these words. I am not yet born. Now the speaker says now he's an unborn child and expressing fears about the world he's about to enter. And let not now who is this blood-sucking bat? Yeah, blood-sucking bat. Here using a symbol of danger, evil, or parasitic forces prevalent on earth. And then we are told the rat. Here the rat represents disease or feel the betrayal or danger, and stored. So it's a small predatory animal and it's symbolic of cunning or hidden threats. And then we have club-footed ghoul. Club-footed means they're having a deformed foot that suggests something twisted or something unnatural. And the goal, you know, the meaning is a monster or an evil spirit, often one that feeds on the dead. And it symbolizes terrifying, inhuman evil. So you see all these evils right on earth, and the child still you see now in mother's womb, right, wants protection from all these things. He's appealing. So I'm not yet born. Oh, hear me. And he wants us to listen to. Probably, I think that the child is speaking to the God. It's a request to the God. Unlike the first stanza, the second stanza has 4 lines. But one of the special features of this particular poem is that the same okay, the close, I am not yet born, is repeated at the very beginning of all the stanzas, and the next 2 words change from stanza to stanza. Here we have console me. It says, I'm not yet born, console me. I fear that the human race may with tall walls wall me, with strong drugs dope me, with white lies lure me, on black racks rack me, in blood baths roll me. And here, console me, that he really wants comfort, or he wants a reassurance, right, from the God, or from the people. And then we are told, tall walls wall me. So it means an idea of imprisoning or isolating the speaker physically or mentally. And then strong drugs dope me, to control or sedate with drugs. That symbolizes a loss of freedom and manipulation. And when it comes to wise lies lure me, is about deceptive ideas or propaganda made to sound intelligent or convincing. And we are told once again, black racks rack me. Here, rack is sort of a medieval torture device. To rack means to cause extreme physical or emotional pain. And black racks suggest a cruel, inescapable torture of suffering. Bloodbaths roll me. Bloodbath means a massive killing or violence, and roll me to be engulfed or swept away in violence, a host of evils on earth. So even the second stanza, that the main idea is that the child feared the cruelty, manipulation, the violence of the adult world, fearing entrapment, brainwashing, torture, and war. He wants protection from all these evils. The next stanza to have four lines, and as I told you, the last two words of the first line are changed. This time we are told, "Provide me with water to dandle me, grass to grow for me, trees to talk to me, sky to sing to me, birds and white light in the back of my mind to guide me." Here, provide me with the water to dandle me. Here, dandle means to rock or to move gently, and the what you call the praise, what is it? Provide me with water to dandle me. It gives an idea that the child is asking for water that will comfort and soothe him, like being lovingly held. And then we are told, grass to grow for me. What is that? The child wishes for a natural world to flourish around him, hoping for growth and life. And trees to talk to me. And this you can see a personification here, giving human traits to non-human things. There the child seeks a deep connection with nature where trees communicate wisdom or comfort. Sky to sing to me. Again, we have personification. In this situation, the child hopes for peaceful, inspiring environment. The sky offering beauty, music, and peace. Birds and white light in the back of my mind to guide me. White light symbolizes purity, the goodness, or divine guidance, the guidance from the God. And in the back of my mind refers to an inner moral compass or subconscious awareness of the child. Here, the overall meaning of the stanza is that the child asks for birds, that's symbolized in freedom and nature, and inner light to guide them through life's challenges. Yeah, look at the two words that we find the first line. Forgive me, and he says, "You sin, I'm not yet born. Forgive me." Here, the child is unborn, but the unborn child asks for forgiveness in advance. Right? Why? And this shows the fear of being shaped into a sinner by the world. That's why he says, "Forgive me for the sins that in me the world shall commit." There, for the sins that in me the world shall commit. The child fears that the world will use him to do evil, and they ask forgiveness. He asks forgiveness, even though he is not responsible. And he says, "My words, okay, when they speak to me, they are the child fears losing control of his own words, as if others will control what he says. And my thoughts, when they think me, this is a reverse logic, you see. Normally we think thoughts, but here the thoughts are thinking the person. There, the meaning is the speaker fears being shaped by external influences and unable to control his own mind. And my treason endangered by traitors beyond me. Here, treason means the betrayal, you know the meaning. Endangered means they created or caused. Here, the speaker fears being made to betray ideals because of the actions or the influence of the others. And then my life, when they murder by means of my hands. The child fears that his life will be used by others to commit violence, that he may be forced to harm others, and my death when they leave me. This kind of a cryptic praise, the child may lose his true self and die inside while others control or live through them. And here too, that the overall idea is this once again is not about the evils right on this earth, and this powerful this stanza is very powerful, and it shows the unborn child's fear of being manipulated and corrupted by the world, and he worries about becoming a vessel for others' evil, committing sins not of his own will. The child begs for forgiveness even before birth, fearing that loss of agency or identity and innocence in a corrupted world. You see now this stanza has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 lines. So that the number of lines in each stanza changes. That you can see this is a special feature of the poem. And here the two words now we get in the first line is okay. Now what are they? Rehearse me, and I'm not yet born. Rehearse me. In the parts I must play and the cues I must take when old men lecture me. Bureaucrats hector me. Mountains frown at me. Lovers laugh at me. The white waves call me to folly, and the desert calls me to doom, and the beggars refuses my gift, and my children curse me. You see, here, what is this? I am not yet born. Rehearse me. The rehearse means is sort of practicing or preparing for something in advance. Here, the unborn child is asking to be prepared for the challenges of life before he is born. And in the parts I must play and the cues I must take here partially for the roles like in a play, the roles that he is expected to take in life, playing the life. Here cues refer to signals for when to speak or act, and here too the child wants to be trained for the roles and the situations that he will face in life, as if live a performance that he must be ready for. When old men lecture me, here lecture means sort of it's not giving lessons. It's something like scolding or giving the sort of moral instructions. Here the child anticipates, right, being judged, being talked down by older generation. It once again refers to this generation gap. Bureaucrats hector me. Bureaucrats are the officials in administrative system. Often they are very often rigid and very impersonal. And hector means to bully or pressure aggressively. The child fears once again being controlled and bullied by impersonal systems or government authorities. Mountains laugh at me. Here, it's used metaphorically. This symbolizes once again the judgment or disapproval. Even nature, he says, seems hostile or unwelcoming. Lovers laugh at me. The child fears rejection or ridicule in love, in relationships. The white waves call me to folly. The folly means the foolishness or reckless behavior. Here it's about the temptations. Temptation may lure the child into foolish decisions, and the deserts calls me to doom. Doom means the destruction, the failure, the tragic fate. The life may also contain hopelessness and danger, symbolized by lifeless desert. And the beggar refuses my gift, and my children curse me. Beggar refuses my gift. Even acts of kindness may be rejected. That's what he thinks. And children curse me. The speaker fears being hated or blamed by future generations. And here, despite good intentions, the child may face rejection, failure, resentment. The stanza expresses the unborn child's fear of a harsh, confusing, and often unjust world, and he has to be prepared, right, for a life when he will face judgment, control, temptation, failure, and rejection. The world appears unpredictable and often cruel, and the child wants help to navigate it all before even being born. Yes, in this stanza we are told, I'm not yet born, or fill me with strength. He needs strength. Why? He needs strength, right, against those who freeze my humanity. The wonderful praise. Freeze my humanity. Freeze means stopping or numb. Humanity means the ability to feel, care, and to be compassionate. The speaker fears losing his capacity for empathy and feeling, being turned cold and emotionless. And again, dragoon me into lethal automation. Dragoon give the idea of forcing someone into doing something, especially through pressure or threats. Lethal means deadly. Automation give the idea of a robot or a person who acts mechanically without thought or feeling. The child fears of being forced into becoming a mindless, deadly tool used by others without choice or emotion. A cog in a machine. A cog is a small part of a machine. Here, being just a small, replaceable part of a system, lacking identity or importance. He fears this. A tin with one face, a tin. One face symbolizes a lack of individuality, no emotions, no diversity of thought, and it sort of reduces to a lifeless object, that is a dehumanized state of the human being, and dissipate my entirety, dissipate me to scatter the waste, destroy, and entire me the whole self, identity, the soul of the child, and being. Here, he fears of losing his full self and becoming broken and meaningless. Blow me like a thistledown hither and thither. Or is that thistledown is light, fluffy seeds, from a thistle plant, easily blown by the wind. Hither and thither is an old Persian way of saying here and there randomly, and here being tossed about with no control, like a fragile thing in the world, can scatter, like water held in the hands would spill me. Here, this symbolizes the fragility and loss. The water slips away that easily and can't be held firmly. Here, the meaning is the speak of years being lost and wasted and not protected or valued. And finally, we get two lines at the end of the poem. Let them not make me a stone, and let them not spill me, otherwise kill me. Let them not make me a stone. Stone means something cold and emotionless, lifeless. Here the child begs not to be turned into something unfeeling or dead inside, otherwise kill me. This is the child's conclusion. And if the world cannot let the child be fully human, feeling, thinking, free, then it would be better not to be born at all. So, in this final haunting plea, the unborn child asks for the strength to resist being turned into something cold, robotic, and dehumanized. The stanza is filled with the imagery of control, loss of identity, and emotional death. If the world will reduce right him to a lifeless object, and he would rather not live at all. So this ending makes a very powerful statement about preserving one's humanity in a harsh and dehumanized world. Yes, this is the overall meaning, right, of the poem. And in our next video, we can go into the poetic devices, the techniques, and the major themes of the poem.